Wow, it's way. Holy shit.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to a Saturday afternoon in the United States, evening elsewhere, obviously. Today we're going to be working on Dark Hallway again. We are working on creating a map system, and I have this whole storyline thought out, and the maps are going to correspond with the storyline. And if you were with me for the brief moment that I was... Hey, Prash, how's it going? If you were with me with the brief moment that I was working earlier today, we started to make the first part of the map. If you recall right now, or previously now, we had a hallway system that would just append a hallway when we got halfway through it every time we got halfway through it. So now what we want to do is we want to load the hallway in squares and only load the adjacent hallway segments. Seems simple enough. Kind of. Everything does it first. So let's get started. Here's what we have so far. Not much, right? We got a little segment over here, and we've got a little segment over here. But we want all the segments of a part of the map. And we made the map, which is defined as a class here, and then we are defining subclasses that represent each instance of a map. Prosh says, not using themes, question mark. I'm not sure what you mean. So this is the first map in the series. It's going to represent the school. And the P is the player starting point. And then all of the ones represent a hallway. The 2s represent a room, and the 0s represent an empty space. So let's take a look at what we're doing in our new class, which is called Map. So where we call update player position, we'll be calling load adjacent segments, and that's going to be based on our player position. So in our hallway class, which is our main game class, let's check out our update function. Right now we're passing the update function because some of the stuff that happens in the update function relies on the old hallway segment system. Now what we need right now is just to have this function of the map called in the update function. Let's see if we can do that. So we've defined map as self.map. I think with all uppercase like that. Update player position self.player.x and self.player.z. Let's see how it does. So we are calling the functions, as you can see at the bottom. So that's successful. However, we're not seeing our... Oh, look at that. This is our map coming to life. It's supposed to be a corner somewhere, though. So these are our hallway segments. And I think what we're seeing here is that there is a corner here, but we've defined the walls to be on the left and right side. Or maybe we're just rendering this one hallway. I'm not sure, but this is not exactly what we wanted. We're going to have to deal with the wall situation probably right away. And that means that whenever we're rendering a straightaway in the hallway, we're going to have to figure out a way to draw halls and doors, walls and doors. All right, let's check and see if we can make it just draw a little bit more than just the hallway. Or maybe we can think of a simpler way to define the relationship. Well, for right now, I think I want it to move the corners. And I think there's an easy way to predict that. So here where we have hallway segments, we have left wall and right wall, and they're both initialized in the constructor, and that's not necessarily what we want. First of all, we're going to establish a directional convention of calling the north direction north, east direction east, south, so forth. So instead of having left wall and right wall, we'll have north wall, south wall, etc. Our only references to these walls are within this function, so this will be easy for us. Let's go ahead and get rid of this, comment it out at least, so that we can remember it forever. Don't forget this one. Now, instead of having all the walls, we will initialize them as none. I don't know if I like yeah, I think that's gonna be better. Alright, the north wall, the east wall, south wall. Kind of like we were doing, if we were doing CSS. You know, the top, right, bottom, left, north, east, south, and west. I don't know why this keeps taking over this chat. Alright, so now we're going to need a way to know if we're at the corner or not. Or, you know, if we have a hallway to our right or hallway to our left. And I think that the quickest way to do that from where we're at is just going to be passing in an array of booleans, basically. Config. And why don't we give it a default value just to give ourselves a idea of what it is and why it's there. Not because it helps the code or anything, but just because it helps the coder. So default wall config should not be true, 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 true. It should be false, true, false, true. Meaning the left and the right wall are present. Okay. Now we can add a function to keep it a little more clean in the constructor. Let's call this def init walls. No, I don't think that this is what I want at all. Where was the other part of the constructor that I had? Yeah, we have the positions of the walls there. Okay. Yeah, so we're just instantiating the wall class without any kind of constructor. So that's kind of what I want to do here. Init the walls, not all this mumbo jumbo. We'll just call wall equals wall, not s. It's getting annoying. Exactly. So now in our constructor we can just call self.init walls. Right. But it's not this. We need to do if statements like this. I don't know why it says N wall or L wall. I'm not doing L wall. It's still doing the. At least it got one right. Sometimes Scopilot confuses me. I'm not gonna lie. Thank you for watching, by the way. appreciate you a lot. I wish more people would watch me. I'm honest. But you're awesome. Alright, if wall. So I wonder if the music is too loud. Yeah. The music's probably too loud. That's probably it, right? Right? I do want to init them to none. And then if all of them are none, we'll return. I guess actually we can do that in the beginning. No, not when. What's the way to round up all the values in the array? I don't know. See if we can get a prompt for it. Or wait, if all if not any. I knew there was a quick way. I guess we're gonna have to go into these if statements and do the next part, which is to I guess we don't need that. Oh, you know what? This is probably why our hallway is only going in one direction. Now that I'm seeing this. If we're only setting the Z offset, then it's only being built in the one dimension. So it's effectively still building a hallway. I think segment number is not going to cut it anymore. I think we're going to need to go with segment chords. I know that we're passing in x plus y, so we could very easily instead pass in, you know, a tuple. I think they're called tuples. It's fun to say. Tuple. Now, I'm not sure why we got segment number going into entity. That's not something that we need. So we got segment number equals negative segment number. What? Wow. Okay. So we were going negative the whole time. That's... oof. That is interesting. So we can still assign segment number. We just have to derive it from segment chords. Reverse of what we're doing on the other side. And for some reason we'll keep it negative. And for some reason we'll keep doing this. Alright, we'll just make a quick little variable here. Assign it to this value, pass it in here, and pass it in here, which is negative for some reason. Who knows why? And then we call our init function. And now we will, I guess, pass in the chords, and then we will assign them to self. Okay. And I think with this we can set the instead of doing set Z offset, we could do set offset. And I just realized we're not dealing X and Y. I named that wrong somewhere else. So we have other classes that also we'll need to deal with, because the floor also calls for a Z offset, and probably the walls as well. Makes sense. Every subclass requires a Z offset, so we'll have to change quite a bit of them. I guess the other option is we could just make an adjacent set X offset, but that's annoying. I'm just gonna do the work right now and set offset. I guess we do have X, Y, and Z. This is interesting because I guess it doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm going with it doesn't matter. So this is the one that we have to do in floor. That's not correct though. We're basically going to have to pass in chords to everything. And I guess we'll have to call them origin chords. Or yeah, origin chords. Works okay for me. And then we'll assign it to a local. And then I guess that's the wrong place. We need to do it on floor, not floor square. Assign it to the local. And then when we do set offset, we'll use that coordinates, origin chords. It's not this, it's self. That's good. This is good. Alright, what happened here? Oh, we don't have a segment number like that anymore. It needs to be changed to this. And also, we're not doing set Z offset. We're doing self.set offset. No. That's not correct. The only thing that we want to pass in is self.chords. And we don't have that function here in the hallway segment. So let's go ahead and create it. I think we need another function for the walls, possibly. Let's see how we're doing. Okay, so we're just setting the Z kind of manually like that. I'm okay to keep it that way. I would like to name these probably a little better. So we set the entire position of the wall, and we set the entire position of the ceiling, and then we have a function that we created in Floor called set offset. But this function right here passes in the offset, and that's misnamed. It's actually going to be called chords here. This is probably not the quickest way to do this, but it's the most adjacent to my path of least resistance. Alright, let's get rid of this stuff. Okay. So there's our init walls, and then we're calling the offset. And then we changed something else, and I forgot what it was. Oh, just creating the init walls function. Probably viewing the GitHub commit would work. Oh, we didn't commit earlier. That's a no-no. I guess we're not technically done. But it's going to make it harder for us right now to figure out what we just did. Let's see, we're on hallway segment. Everything we did was just on hallway segment. We created a default wall config, which is set to false, true, false, true. That signifies the north, east, south, and west wall. So this would be the east and west wall are both true. East and west are going to be the walls on the right and left. North, top, and then south, bottom. So we need to set the offset of all of our children, of our hallway pieces individually, because we made them all their own elements for some reason. Okay, we have an issue. It says that int is not subscriptable, and I believe that that's because we're going to be passing in a number called z_offset on the calling class. Yeah, so we're going to need to figure out a way to figure out where our player position is, and then derive that to pass into our hallway segment. So don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Thanks for sticking around. I appreciate you. Okie dokie. So where we're actually instantiating the hallway segment is on the map itself, I believe. I don't know what I just saved. It's a very scary feeling. But anyway, right there is where we're instantiating the hallway segment. So, as you can see, we're passing in x plus y. But all we need to do is pass in, instead of that, a tuple. Okay, we have another issue. We have a missing required positional argument, which is called origin chords. And that's something that we need to pass into our floor. And since we're going into... Oh wait, no, this is the floor. So let's see where we're instantiating our floor. Past it. Right here. So this is where we're going to need to just pass into the function. I think we do it before quargs. I don't think we need to do that. I think we need to just pass in the chords, right? Actually, you know what? Yeah, no, that's the wrong thing. It's actually going to be segment chords 0 like that. And then it's the Z that I keep forgetting is our second dimension, not Y, like every other freaking thing in the world. Z is the second dimension. So, let me think about that, actually. When we are talking about the chords, we're talking about two different things. The 2D chords, which are X and Y. And that's what we're talking about here. So this is not quite what we're dealing with, I don't think. Let's see what we get. Okay. Okay, so we have a tuple that we're trying to get 3 values out of. But the only value that we need is 2 and 1, or 0 and 1 rather. So we need to change our set offset function in floor. What is offset that we're passing in there? What is that? I don't think that's anything. And then we're probably doing chords 2 all the way down. I'll just set the Y to 1 for now, because I think that's going to be the quickest way to see something. We need to see something. Alright. Back on map. We'll just give it another little 0. as a second argument. But then our segment number won't be 0 and 1 anymore. It'll be 0 and 2, which is probably important. Okay, here we are. Got a step there. Alright, we rendered some hallway. We got some walls. It's not quite. Yeah. I think that the offsets are incorrect. Something's happening. Got a little fortress of solitude going on here. It seems like it's relative to my position. That's not exactly what we want. So what are we gonna do? I don't know. Oh. Looks like I've had something come up and I need to end the stream, unfortunately. I was gonna go for a long time, but I really have to go. It's been a pressing matter. So thank you guys for tuning in, and I hope I see you pretty soon. Alright, bye.